back to Topic Thursday once again. My name is Alvin.
And I'm Yoshi, and we're gonna be talking to you guys about real estate. Specifically, 5 reasons that you should be buying right now in the wintertime.
Yeah, stay tuned.
So reason number 1 that you guys should definitely be buying right now in this last couple of months of the year is there's less competition. Right now, everyone is gearing up for the holidays.
Yep.
They're buying gifts, they have family coming over, and they're really not interested in buying right now, which is a great opening for you to buy something because you're gonna be able to possibly get into something without the market being so saturated right now.
Yeah, and that's huge. I want to emphasize on that because think about it. If there's less competitions, that means, the person who's selling a home is receiving less offers. So if they're receiving less offers, that means that you as a buyer has a higher probability of getting your offer accepted. So it's huge, super important to know.
Definitely. I think it's a great benefit right now for the buyers to be thinking about that.
Yeah. So the second benefit of owning a home is stabilizing your housing costs. So what does this necessarily mean? So if we look at rent, usually increases 3% a year. Now, if you have a fixed rate mortgage for your home, that's not the case. You have a stable payment that you're paying every month, every year, compared to rent where it's increasing. And guys, the most important thing with this is remember, you're not paying someone else, you're paying yourself. You're paying more to own a higher value asset. And that itself is super important and worth it 100%.
So actually, Alvin, I heard a little rumor, which may be a fact, that here, actually in Orlando, the average rent is about $1,400?
Yeah, so the average rent in Orlando for around a 2-bedroom would be honestly $1,500. And that's pretty up there, I would say myself.
I think that with our experience, $1,500, you can almost buy like a $215,000, $220,000 house. So
yeah.
Much more square footage, much more space, and much more easier to know what you're paying monthly because it's not going up.
Yeah, and it's yours, so.
So reason number 3 why you should be buying a house right now is, I'm a pet lover. I love dogs. I love dogs, and you're able to own a pet without any of the additional cost that it's gonna be for you, especially if you're in an apartment. I know that when I lived in an apartment, there was that additional cost of you had to pay a monthly deposit,
right,
or you had a deposit actually, then you had a monthly fee that you had to pay for that pet. So, and there was also restrictions. I do want to say that there may be restrictions if you're living in an HOA area, but if the HOAs are free and clear of everything, you can pretty much own any animal that you want inside of your home. So fur babies, come to daddy, because we're going to be buying another house just so I can have more pets.
So reason number 4, and this is honestly my favorite reason, is you can get additional income. So what do I mean by that? So if you are a person who lives by yourself, maybe you don't have a family, or you're single, or whatever the case may be, you can do something that's called house hacking. And what house hacking is that you live in one of the rooms and you rent the other rooms to somebody else. Obviously, I would always suggest you do a background check and credit check. You don't want to put some crazy person with your house.
Here's Johnny.
But for the most part, that's something you can do. And it's so powerful if you think about it, because when you do that, you're essentially having someone else pay for your mortgage and possibly giving you the opportunity to live rent-free, and that itself is huge. And there's also, Airbnb and other things like that that can also help you out. But I think house hacking is my favorite one, and I think it's something that if you take advantage and you do it right, can be very beneficial for you to have a 0 monthly payment on your mortgage because someone else is paying for it. So.
So the last reason why you should definitely be buying a house right now, and me and Alvin have definitely been discussing this, is going to be equity and credit, because it helps build your equity and credit. So Alvin, tell us a little bit more about how it's building that equity.
Yeah, so let's kind of just break this down in layman's terms, make it as simple as possible. As you're paying your monthly payments, every year, every month, you're essentially, acquiring more equity because you're paying down the loan, because you're paying down the principal of that property. So 3 years, 4 years, 5, 10 years out, that gap of equity keeps increasing. And so if you did decide to sell, you would have a profit because you've been paying that mortgage down. And this is huge because if you compare it to renting, remember, you're paying rent, but that money you lose it. It goes nowhere. It's just you paying for the service of living somewhere compared to you living in a home that you own. Not only are you living in the home and paying your mortgage, but you're owning more and more of that home by paying down that mortgage. And if you decide to sell, it's a high value asset that you can definitely make some profit margins of it. So it's super important.
And at the end of the day, you need somewhere to live anyway. It doesn't really matter. The reality is that everybody needs somewhere to live. So why not buy something that you're gonna be paying, and you're gonna be paying down the mortgage on it, that you could possibly make a profit in the future, especially if the market continues the way that it is. You could definitely make some profit off of it.
Exactly, and the key thing too is appreciation. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, not only are you paying down your principal, creating equity, but if appreciation is on your side, then boom, that's another plus that your property is gonna increase its value. So something super important to keep in mind to really understand.
So those are the 5 reasons why we think that you should be buying something, especially now during the winter time. And we want to say happy Halloween to you guys. Do you know what I am today?
No.
It's the scariest thing of all. I'm an adult.
That is pretty scary.
So I'm Yoshi.
I'm Alvin.
And we just want to say stay beautiful, stop renting, and invest your money.
Everyone, we hope to see you real soon. Stay tuned, okay? We'll have a lot of awesome stuff coming your way.
Yes.
Happy
if
Halloween.
You have any topics that you need us to talk about, link them down below, and we'll be more than happy to get on top of those topics. So, bye guys.
Peace.
Wow.